All right, coming up here on the closing bell, you can see the market action in reaction to the words of Jerome Powell and the 50-point basis hike. Let's get to Jared Blikre to show us how that move has gone down. It's always fun to watch how they react to Mr. Powell.
Yes, spoiler alert, crypto and Bitcoin were the big movers, as I thought they might be. But here we're seeing this is our sector action for the entire day. Communication services, the biggest laggard, down 1.3%, followed by financials, materials, real estate, tech, all those really underperforming. And I just want to get to some of the biggest movers on that 2 p.m. announcement. So from basically 2 to 3 p.m., we saw some pretty big movements. JP Morgan caught my attention. Let me just put an intraday. There you can see that big sell-off after the 2 p.m. announcement right there. Also looking at, for instance, Bank of America, that's down 1.3%. Very similar reaction right there. But also the chip stocks. A lot of these chip names very highly levered to the business cycle and to the economy. And AMD is a big standout here. You can see on that Fed announcement at 2 p.m., that took a big leg lower. NVIDIA, also one of the bigger losers off of that move, down 2% for the day. And it wasn't just chip stocks. It was also, we're going to take a look at the industrials as well. And two stocks that caught my eye here, GE and 3M. So it's two of the traditional industrial stocks, both losing more than 1%, 1.5% for GE on the day, and 3M moving about 1% down on that reaction, though off of its lows right now. Coming back to some of our other markets here, I did mention Bitcoin, and guess what? That did have a 3.5% sell-off. Let me put a line chart on here so we can see it a little bit better. And from this high to basically where we are now, that's about 3.5%, 4%. So that was one of the biggest movers of the day. And let me just show you what happened yesterday as well, because we did get that outsized reaction to the upside off of CPI. So now it is back within that range that we saw yesterday. And for whatever reason, seems that crypto, probably the highest levered sector to these Fed announcement, guys.
You know, that's an interesting takeaway. We never know exactly why crypto is trading the way it is and what it means and how investors are thinking about it. I think more broadly speaking, the initial drop that we got following the Fed decision, Jared, was a bit of a surprise to me because Powell remaining very committed in terms of what he has said in the past. Nothing that really should have shocked investors.
Nothing.
We are about to close well off the lows of the day. So maybe investors have had a bit of time to digest and realize it wasn't that big of a deal. But still, these wild swings always it's a little surprising to me every single time.
I agree. And as I said in my announcement earlier, or in my analysis earlier today, the S&P 500 still in a neutral zone until it breaks out of this range. Still doesn't mean anything in the big picture. So does that mean today's Fed announcement doesn't count? No, we did get a little bit more clarity. I think just looking at some of our leaders here in our sector action, it could have been a lot worse.